Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the Cobra Kai All Out Xfinity Series race tonight. Here, the boys are invading Phoenix Raceway. This is Butters here, and I'm joined in the booth by Chase Beatty, the co-manager, or actually the manager of the Xfinity side. And also, we have a special guest tonight. Joining us is Taddy from the GC Network, Sports Network.
Hey, hey, thanks for having me, guys. I was blessed to be able to get in the booth with some of you guys, and should be a fun night here at Phoenix.
Oh, it's gonna be wild, man. We got a lot of talent in this race tonight. A lot of guys. Transaction period comes up in 3 weeks. A lot of guys trying to show that they deserve to move up, and I believe there are a lot of guys in here that deserve to move up. So putting that on full display here tonight in our first not at a plate track tonight. We're on an oval. Talent's gonna show and stick out tonight.
For sure, for sure.
Hey, you spoke about Chase. You spoke about there's a 4-week waiting period on these guys, right? How's
Yes,
that work?
sir.
Because I know for a fact this tonight you guys have a few new faces. So, do they also only have to wait till week 4, or do they have do you have
Those
documentation on who's raced how many times?
We do keep track of who's raced how many times. The guys that come in tonight, this will be their first start, so they'll have to wait an extra week past where the guys that have been here since week 1, they'll be available week 4. But these fresh faces that just started tonight, they won't be available for week 5. So that's going to throw a wrench in these team owners' plans, make it interesting.
Yeah, I know when I can drop you and pick up one of these new faces. I'm just playing.
Well, there you go, buddy. You got your confirmation from me right there, straight from the camel's mouth.
For sure, for sure. So what are we running 50% tonight, Chase, with stages and cautions, correct?
It's going to be 50% with stages and cautions. Probably going to be a shorter race. I'd say it'll take about 40 minutes to complete. Uh, it's going to be interesting because I expect a few yellows in this one.
And what would you say? How many cars do we got in the field tonight?
We're going to have should have 19, 20 cars tonight. Not bad going for a 26 car field.
Perfect, perfect. Like I said, once again, we're at the week 2 here of the series, and it's again we're at Phoenix Raceway, and last week we had our winner. Was that Drunk Fest?
Yeah, Drunk Fest, man, he ran a really good race at Talladega, was up front all race long. He never really led a lot of laps, but he took the lead when it mattered and held on to it. He was, I don't know much about him. That was the first time I've ever even seen him race. But his talent was on display. I mean, he's a heck of a plate driver. And I'm ready to see what he does tonight on this oval. I want to see if he can hang with the big dogs of this series.
Yeah, going along with that, like I said, we explained last week in the guys that win the Xfinity race tonight have an automatic invitation to the Cup race starts up at like a half hour after this race. So I know Drunkfest he has 3 weeks to accept that invite. Last week he couldn't do it because he had to week work early the next morning, but uh, he will be added to it for an invite the next couple weeks. I don't know if he decided what track he was going to hit yet or not. But like I said, the winner of this race will get an automatic invite into the Cup race starting up in about a half hour after the finish of this race. So that's always exciting to have, that Xfinity guy to show up, and maybe show off his skills a little bit for some of the captains.
Yeah, that's a very interesting rule that we have here, allowing those guys the chance to do that.
Yeah, I really like it too, actually, because there's big transfer from these Xfinity cars that you see on this game to the way that the Cup cars handle. I know I, for one, right, this is a slider league, and so in an Xfinity car, I might run a 6 or a 7 at a track like Phoenix, but then when it comes to Cup car, I might want to run something tighter, like a 4, maybe a 5. And so it's really interesting to see with this league having team captains. Like I might see somebody dominate in the Xfinity series, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they can run a Cup car at the same talent level. So it's really good to see, when these guys get the opportunity to move up, what they can actually do when in a Cup car that they would be getting moved up to in that series.
You're
Right,
exactly right. They get a shot to
right,
race the
right.
big dogs, but they got to go to the big dog equipment.
Well, unless Sauce signs them, then you're still going to garbage equipment. I'm just playing Sauce, of course, if you're listening out there.
We got Blakey T on the pole tonight. He didn't get it by much, though. Old guy's going to start on the outside of the pole right there next to him. Almost. I mean, Blakey got him by just a few 1,000ths there. Monster Racing's going to start third tonight.
He's the guy I'm telling you in this Xfinity series. If you're captain, you need to keep your eyes out on him. Blakey T, an old guy. Of course, they're new. They're making their debut here tonight. I personally know quite a bit about them, but I think Monster Racing, he's an underlooked driver. He's one of the people that was actually here during the draft and went undrafted. And I really expect good things out of him here throughout the Xfinity series.
Yeah, I thought Monster going undrafted was absolutely complete nuts. I had the guy going high in the second round. He had a lot of success in Cobra Kai last season. I mean, he only finished outside the top 10 3 times all year long. And just, I don't know what it was that made him end up going undrafted, but it's completely baffled me.
Well, I'm sure with that too, with Monster, not going drafty, I'm sure he's going to have a chip on his shoulder here. So he's down here in the Xfinity part there. He's really going to, let her go and really showcase his talents.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Picola and Chase earlier. Actually, Butters, you'd stepped away, but we were talking about Monster Racing, and again, you mentioned that, right? So I run GC Sports Course, and we separate a little different A, B, and C group, and you got to work your way through all the series to qualify. It's not a draft that appoints you there. And Monster Racing on the slider side is one of 12 drivers out of 84 drivers in my slider side of the league. That he's one of the top 12. He's the premier driver. So to see him undrafted in another league, it's crazy on my end, but definitely Monster Racing is one of the best. And of course, again, you got new guys with Blakey T, an old guy, and then you got Drunk Fest from last week, trying to show that it wasn't just a super speedway isn't all that he can win at. So this should be a pretty good, interesting race at what's known as a short track here at Phoenix International Speedway.
Right. So I mentioned before a little bit before the chat, we must have been talking about having a few yellows there. I was just looking in the chat. Picola Gator, he's predicting 20 caution flags tonight.
Lord help. That'd be a record if we get that many.
Ain't that the truth? So yeah, we're just waiting to qualifying is over.
Qualifying's over. We're going to be sitting in here in about 3 minutes, waiting on 2 more guys to jump in. Hopefully they make it. If they don't, then they don't.
Nice. So moving forward, where are we at next week then? We will be, if these guys will be where? Chase?
Next week, I think we're heading to Atlanta. Let me check the schedule and double
I believe
check.
that's right. Because once again,
yes, we are going to Atlanta next week.
Atlanta. Well, actually, we're off next week for Thanksgiving. It'd be the week after. We're gonna have Thanksgiving off. So, but then in 2 weeks, Atlanta will be at Atlanta. And we do have, if I'm correct, we do pretty much run this. These guys are running the same schedule as the Cup guys, or is there a couple different tracks?
There are some different tracks thrown in there certain weeks. Most of the races are the same. The tracks that we deem too challenging for the lower series, we switched them out for easier style tracks.
Hey, Chase, you told me that the points here for the Xfinity guys are on the Discord, and that may be so, but I can't see them simply because it wasn't added for me to see the Xfinity, so there's no point section there. Could you give me a rundown of the top 5 and the points? I know it'll take you a second to get it loaded and stuff, but I'm really intrigued because you said these guys run stages too, so I'm assuming they get playoff points and stage points. So Drunkfest with the win last week, I'm interested to see, is he also the points leader after that win?
He is not. Monster Racing is actually the point leader because Monster dominated the stages. He just couldn't come away with the win. Monster finished 3rd place last week. He won a stage and finished 2nd in the other stage, so he came away with the points lead. I just sent you a screenshot of the points. Monster Racing, Drunkfest had an excellent race right there behind him in points. The Ghost had a great race. Don't look like he's going to be here. Don't look like 4th place Mike G is going to make it tonight, or 5th place Chewy. So that's going to open the door out here for some other guys to sneak up in here for the time being.
Got Brinkerhoff, Nick Jackson, Forensic. Those guys. I'm assuming that black line there. That's playoff section.
That is 8 guys
So,
get in. Bad guy below. He's really good. Ratliff, I expect him to run a little bit better than what he did at Talladega.
yeah, a lot of people butters, right? So a lot of people in racing, what they say, you started a super speedway. The super speedway comes to an end. It's kind of anybody for themselves, right? But most drivers will say now's when the real racing begins. Do you believe that as well?
Oh yeah, for sure, because these, like I said, yeah, speedway racing is one thing. It's the pack racing. It's guys drafting heavy and guys lining up, teaming up. But yeah, when you start getting to tracks like this, it really shows the skill level of each one of these drivers. Certain guys excel at certain tracks, but yeah, it is. This is when the racing really does definitely start.
I'm going to send these boys off into the sunset. Got about 20 seconds left. I'll let you guys know when to join in.
Do you have an invite, Chase?
No, actually I don't. It's a good thing.
When I get in there, I'll... Sorry about the mic silence, guys. We know that once Butters goes blue screen here, you won't be able to hear us, so we're kind of just waiting on the timer to expire. So, man, I'm pretty excited for this. This is my first time being in the booth. Actually, it's my first time even watching one of these Xfinity races here at the Cobra Kai All-Out Series, so I'm pretty excited myself.
Yeah, for sure, Teddy. Yeah, like I said, yeah, it's a real honor that you decided that you wanted to join us in the booth here tonight and help us out here throughout the race here. I know you got some pretty good insights and experience with the booth, and me and Chase here are a couple pretty much rookies in the booth, so we're trying to learn our skills, but it's always nice to have a gentleman in here with us that has done it, and hopefully we can learn some things.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Chase, are we ready to hop in there?
Just a second.
Yeah, biggest thing, right? So I definitely want to get in and see these guys firsthand, see the action as it's happening. You might be streaming and watching one guy, and I might be in watching another. Being a captain this season here at Cobra Kai, I mean, I take it to heart. A lot of people might just be like, "Oh, I'm a captain. These are the guys I want. Let's put them on the track." And
I'll go
Chase,
ahead and hop in, boys.
Oh, well, you blue screen. Let me know when you get in.
Yep.
I sent you some.
Yep, I'm in.
Chase.
I'm loading up now, guys, in the screen.
Got a 15 car field tonight. Going to be interesting.
Yeah, so what I was saying, right? So being a captain, I know some captains, they just say, here's my drivers, I drafted them, you're on my team, but you can ask Chase. I mean, I'm one of those guys, I'm pretty dedicated. I'm sticking to, I try communicating with my guys 4 or 5 times a week, make sure everybody's good to go, see if they need some practice, if they need some setup help. And I know it's just sliders, but that means a lot. So I'm really interested, right? So we talked about captains can do things with their lineups and look at drivers. So I definitely want to see the talent level here in the Xfinity Series on whether or not these guys for sure deserve a spot, or maybe even as a captain, even if they're not ready yet, maybe there's a few tips I could give them to help them prepare better for the Cup Series.
And that's a good point. That's why I like every week we usually have both the team captains watching, and I like that because they got their eyes out here. They're going to know what they need to know about these guys. Who, like you said, who deserves a spot here.
I'm seeing Colleague Fan really far back compared to the rest of these guys, and they're not going up to speed, so I'm assuming there's already a caution out on the speedway.
I believe there is a yellow. Yep, I think we just went to yellow there while you guys were talking.
Oh, my goodness.
So Blakey T in the lead here.
There's one yellow. Let's see. Are you taking the over-under on P-Cole's prediction?
So we got Blakey in the lead, Monsters in second. I'm not too sure on 36. I see the old guy driving 51 tonight, one of our new additions to the league here. So excited to see him out there.
36 is awesome. 36 is that awesome 1, 2, 6, 4, 5 or whatever there.
Yeah, awesome. I have no clue about him either. I mean, there's some of these guys, man, that I have no clue about.
Like I said, you got to work with me here. It's going to take me a few weeks to learn these guys' numbers by just knowing who's driving these cars by their numbers. So
That's actually interesting. I just heard a lot about that awesome guy this week. Never seen him race, but I've actually heard a lot about him this week. Another league came to me, said he was a really fast guy, was kind of being the top of their league, and they said maybe he was a little bit too fast for their talent level, so they were trying to get me to recruit him. And so this is going to be my first time being able to see him firsthand, so pretty excited to see that. As up front, outside pole sitter, 51 of old guys going to the outside, kind of let some cars go, falling in play, as Blakey T still leading this field early in stage 1 here at Phoenix International Speedway. Over to you guys.
Blakey T's setting sail on these guys, man. He is not playing around right here in stage 1. Got some guys trying to work their way up through the field here, it looks like. 23 of Orson back here, he's really struggling with the car. That thing is tight, boy. Holy cow, that thing's in the wall overturned. Nick Jackson making his way up from a 9th place starting position. He's all the way up to 5th already, trying to make the move on Drunk Fest right there for 4th. Got the 36 right here. Here comes Awesome up to the outside line for 5th. He'll make the move and pass him. Awesome's coming to the front early here, guys. He started deep in the field, too.
I'm watching back here at the back end of this gaggle of cars, and I'm seeing the number 10 of Bad Guy. You were telling me he's really good. He didn't necessarily get the finish he deserved, but I really like what he's doing. He's being patient, getting up through traffic. He's one of the few drivers that actually see diamond the course like you're supposed to here. He's trying, of course, now he's going low as he's in traffic, but when he was by himself, he kind of run the high side and then get on the gas and come back low on the exit. And up front, we're seeing this 22, I believe that is Monster Racing, starting to make some headway on Blakey T. So we were talking about Monster Racing. He's points leader after Talladega last week, and was Daytona, right?
Yes, sir. No, it was Talladega.
After Talladega last week, and how he dominated the first 2 stages, and right now, after Blakey T with this big lead, Monster gets to 2nd, and he's starting to pull away from the field, catching up to him as a caution on the speedway. Yep. Over to you, Butters.
Yep, we're looking at caution number 2 here. We're riding around here with Monster. I was going to say something, gentlemen, but now I have totally went blank on that.
I want to give a quick shout out right here. He missed the first race. This is one of the most loyal guys down here in the lower divisions. He made 2 Cup starts last season. Had to sit him down here because he was struggling a little bit up in Cup and needed some developing. How about Dave Ace has worked his way all the way from 11th starting spot up to 3rd. Dave Ace is coming to the front early.
Yeah, I just want to thank, looks like we got the stream or the broadcast. Nice to have you guys checking it out.
Oh, some of these guys stayed out, boys.
Yeah, I really don't like that move, especially early on in these races. Monster, he's notorious for staying out, right? But early on in these races, you only have the 30 seconds. That was their 2nd caution. It looked like it was a Bad Guy involved. There was a lot of damage on that number 10. But right, so under these cautions, you want to take the opportunity to be able to make the adjustments that maybe you weren't able to get in the first time, and then you had a long run to be able to feel it out a little bit. I feel like under these cautions, you need to keep testing that out.
I agree, and just those 5-6 laps on those tires right there, man. Those things are going to be down in the 80s already on those right sides, so going to lose a lot of speed there by not taking tires.
So on that last pit strategy there, I noticed like Forensic here, number 4, he's running up in 2nd place here. I know he was mid pack or so before that caution, so is there maybe a little strategy that went there? I can't see.
Yeah, him, Forensic Monster, and Cody back there about mid pack already falling back. Those 3 didn't pit at all.
So I think Monster, I don't think it was a bad decision. So he was already pulling away from the rest of the field prior, right? So he had the older tires. He gets the track position, and now we're going to see Blakey T in traffic for the first time tonight as he's trying to get by Forensic in that 4 machine with Awesome right behind him in the 36. So I don't think it was necessarily a bad idea by Monster. But if you're already mid-pack or towards the back of the pack, staying out and having the oldest tires on the track, it's not going to help you improve by being faster. Forensic's doing a good job, so maybe he thought that he had a better car, and track position is so valuable that he was going to give up the tires for the track position.
You're right. This strategy, it's paying off right now for Forensic and Monster. It did not help Cody at all. Cody is already falling way back. He's back around 19th position already.
So what are our
So,
breakdowns here, Chase, tonight with the stages? Are you boys running, what is laps per stage? You got that breakdown?
uh, that one I don't know.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know the exact. I think the first one's 23 laps. Second
So
one's
I
something
guess
similar,
my
and I think
guess
the final
is there
rundown's
going
like
to be
40.
is there going to be green flag pit stops in these stages?
I would assume these guys will not have to stop now after the yellow in this one. If stage 2 runs all the way, they should be pretty good there because it's only a 100 lap race. So
Okay, okay,
in stage 3, I think it'll be a 1 pit stop, maybe 2 if they're terrible on the tires. Depends on who can conserve the tires a little bit. Might have to make a stop.
We have a battle for the lead up front, not to cut you off. Awesome. 12645 going to the inside of Monster Racing has been able to get around Forensic. Monster's able to hold him off with that run on the backstretch, but Awesome still looking to the inside as they're about to go
What a
2 by 2,
run!
2 rows deep. That 36 is a good machine. That 22 cuts him off on the dog leg. 36 still looking, is losing a little bit of ground. Looks like the 36 goes in a little bit harder into these corners and makes up a lot of time as Blakey T back there battling for third with Forensics. These four are having a great show up here in the front here for the Xfinity All Out Series.
Yeah, they've really separated themselves up here. I do want to say that the 36 has fresh tires, so we can drive a little bit harder here than Monster can right now at this point in time. But Monster, he's able to withstand that lead, man. He's holding strong right there, fighting these guys, and these guys are pulling away from the Forensic and Blakey. I say that the 36 is the wall.
So as you say that, yeah, I'm riding around here with Drunk Fest here, in our last week's winner. And he's running around back towards the back of the pack right now, so I don't know what he's thinking, if he's working a little strategy or what he's doing, if he's doing some tire saving. But yeah, our last week's winner here is running around towards the back, number 99.
Yeah, he's running in the 9th position right now. We don't have Chewy here for in-race supporters, so these guys might have to make a stop, and they might be trying to save some tires back here or something. I don't know. Because at the start of this race, Drunk was making his way to the front pretty quickly, and he was all the way at the top 5 for that last caution before when they hit it.
Yeah, let's keep in mind, guys, right? So that top 4 took off. So Drunkfest isn't exactly, I know Butter said he's at the back of the pack, but this is more like mid-pack, right? So that 20 car that's in front of him, that's actually 5th place. So this is Drunkfest sitting in 8th right now. There are 16 cars on track. So he's about mid-pack. He's trying to work around that 51 old guy for 7th place right now. And I like what he's doing. He's not really pushing issue, racing side by side with anybody real long. I actually told my guys over at Venom that's going to be important on saving your tires, is not to get too racy at the beginning of these runs. That's how you get involved in a way in the back of the pack. Track position is so key. You want to take your time up through the field, save your tires, and when everybody else starts falling off, all of a sudden you have the good fast ones. I don't think that's yellow. I think that's the end of stage 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the end of the stage because the guys that weren't at the line yet were still racing while the guys past the line were slowing down. So it's going to be Monster Racing, Awesome, and Blakey T, your top 3, I believe. Oh, no, Awesome got by Monster. So Awesome, Monster, and either Blakey T or Forensic. I'm not sure which one. That's going to be your top 3, rounding out your stage 1. And then the 20 of Dave Ace is going to round out your top 5.
I just want to throw out there in the chat, boys. They're chatting. The GTR baby boys are out there hammering away in YouTube land on the broadcast chat. So, guess I give a shout out to the GTR guys.
Yeah, out in YouTube land, you guys now have. Oh, go ahead, Butters.
As much as Taddy loves us, I just gotta say.
Did Ratliff stay out? Man, this is wild move by the 68 car out here.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't know about
I don't
this
like that move at all. I think he's going to get ate up real quick. I think it was a mistake the way he's staying down and out of the way. He meant to pit and probably just didn't hit X that last time. Out there in YouTube land, though, you guys, there's 12 live viewers right now. You've seen stage 1. You've seen the 4 top dogs at this point. Big wreck on the backstretch. Oh. Sorry to cut myself off here, but big wreck.
Oh, man.
Big wreck, yes. Caution's out.
Colleague fan, the 9, Crazy Bader involved, the Ratliff, who is in that one machine that we talked about. Cody is in the 9. Those are the vehicles involved in this wreck early in stage 2. But out there on YouTube land, you've seen the 4 top competitors. Are they one of your favorites to win, or do you guys maybe have another option to get this victory here for the Xfinity All Out Series?
I think this win's going to come from those top 4. I just don't know which one. The only other one that I've seen speed from in this race is Drunkfest, and I'm not sure what's going on with him. He's just struggling back there. Bad Guy could get up there and make some noise. Bad Guy's an underrated driver. He's another one that I thought would get drafted, but it didn't. And
Yeah, he's not a bad guy.
no, he's not bad at all. And he's definitely cup worthy. He's just really struggling in this race, and I just think he's pacing himself back there. I think Bad Guy's setting himself up for, tire strategy in the long run, but we keep getting these yellows, and it's hurting his strategy.
Yeah, something I'm seeing that's really hard to compensate for. Right, so this track has so many lanes and wide opportunities like the dog leg right in the front. As we're going green, Monster Racing holding out the lead point with Blakey, Forensic, and Awesome. But, right, so you go through the corner and somebody's actually trying to run up high to get a good exit speed, but then drop back down into the dog leg. And that becomes really rough if you're a guy trying to make a pass on the inside because you know they're about to drop and probably take your nose off. So I like what Bad Guy's doing back there. Again, I spoke about it earlier, but he's being really, really patient working his way up through the field instead of trying to push the issue and being involved in all these wrecks.
No, you're right. He's all the way up right now that's the 7th spot, so he's made up 4 spots already since the restart. Actually, he's in 8. 3 spots since the restart, but
I'm looking back at
through the field here.
Looking back here, it looks like I got that number 60 and Nick Jackson running in the top 5 right now. So he's
Nick, he's had a fast car. He's been about 6 to 7th all race.
Yep, he's quietly moved up there and made his presence known.
And he's up there with the front guys, man. I mean, he's up there about to pass some of those guys right now.
Yeah, he's another one of those drivers. He's another one of those drivers after racing in NCRL with them all of last season. He was one of the Cup drivers over there, and I'm really surprised to see him go undrafted. To be honest with you, I thought he might fit well on a Picola team or maybe a Travis Tyson team. But really interesting to me that he's running down here in the Xfinity Series full time.
Yeah, Nick. He was really quiet last year. He was always around 8th to 15th place, which isn't bad. I mean, in a 24-car field, that's not terrible. That's solid results.
Yeah, he is one solid driver. I'll give you that. Yep.
Nick he's a solid, consistent contender. And when I looked at his statistics at the end of the season, he was, I think, 11th in average finish, which is really good. He had, what is it, the 8th or 9th most top 10s out of everybody, so
it looks like the 4-car here, Forensic here, is like he's got the lead here, and he looks like
man, we got a wreck in the back.
They're
They're
gonna bring out
no
yellow. No yellow.
No yellow. Oh, these guys in the back, man, they're going wild, boy.
Yeah, this battle for 5th is 6th. Is he not bad? Bad Guy has now moved his way into 7th, getting ready to try to make a move on Old Guy, but he's racing with the 17, the 20, and others. They were just 4 wide actually going through the dogleg. Really good stuff watching back here. And one of those is your last week's race winner, the Drunk Fest in the 99. As I looked like the 20 and Dave Ace just caught the inside wall.
The 4 wide boys! Oh my gosh! Oh! That's for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th place right there. So one of these guys is going to get left out of the stage results, and they're showing it right here. Every point matters. Dave A's starting to fade after getting a 5th place finish in stage 1. Looks like he might be the odd man out after this. Bad Guy's up to 6th spot.
I'm really impressed with this 4-car of Forensic. We talked about Blakey T entering here, he being a new guy, but he's one of the odds-on favorites to win this race. And he's running in 2nd, don't get me wrong. He's been running up front all night. Monster Racing, we talked about him being the points leader, but Forensic's out in front of both of them right now. And splitting the two of Blakey T and Monster Racing is that Awesome Guy who, again, I didn't really know much about. I heard a little bit about him this week, but as far as actually visually seeing him, never seen it before. So this 4 and the 36, I got to give them credit. They're looking really good. And again, Nick Jackson, we talked about him in the 60. He's kind of one of those drivers that I expect to see up front here in the Xfinity Series, but he's running better than even expected. So really good top 5, and they've all broken away from the rest of the field. So to see 5 cars this far into a run battling for the lead like this, it's phenomenal racing.
Yeah, Forensic, I was told a little bit about him from some guys, He was, recruited,
Oh, we got someone coming in the pit road or down there. Let's take a look here where he's
Was that 68 at Ratcliffe, probably? He was the one guy that didn't pit last time.
Cody Cody, 1994, is in the pits. I don't know. I don't think that's a planned pit stop, but
I actually wouldn't be surprised if it was, right? So these guys have run about 15 to 20 laps, right? And so via the stages, it's Xfinity, a little bit shorter than the Cup Series. So this is probably only a 35 to 40 lap stage at most. And so he might be trying to split it halfway down the middle while the others are trying to run their fuel and tires all the way to the end.
Oh, which ain't good. We got a caution that is going to kill Cody.
Oh.
I'm not so sure. I don't know if the leaders actually lapped him before the caution come out, and if they had not, Cody will actually be your race leader when all these guys go to pit road.
This is going to be extremely close. If not the worst case scenario, he gets the lucky dog, so he'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, and even if he wasn't the first guy lapped down, with him just coming off pit road, he could just do a wave around while everyone pits. So I don't think it's going to hurt him too bad as long as it was just one lap is the issue. But again, if he didn't end up going a lap down, then he's sitting really good here. And we've seen it all night long that track position is huge at a track like Phoenix.
Yeah, you're right, it is. I mean, some of these guys are getting marred back in traffic, and they just can't get back up there. Oh, look at all the pit strategy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, looks like we got getting up front here.
Oh, this is going to breed a big A.
Awesome up front with Bad Guy, and the 51 old guy started up there too. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know what the strategy was that got him up there. Awesome was running with the top 5 guys, but he ended up way up front. And then Blakey T and Big Red, the 60 and Monster and the 20 all involved. The 68 a Ratliff, he's flipping on the backstretch right now.
Oh. I don't think we got a caution. They didn't throw a yellow for that. Oh,
caution's
man.
out, caution's out. Yeah.
Yep, yellow is out. So has anybody been keeping track on cautions here? Are we at like number 6?
That's the 4th and 1.
Yep. No, that's the 5th caution.
Fifth on the night.
Hey, Josie, we don't know how many laps left.
Josie. Everybody's favorite Jose protege.
Is that how you pronounce it? It's Jose? My bad. I really thought it was Josie. Yeah,
apparently that was
the 5th caution so far.
Apparently that was the end of that stage. I just got notified in the YouTube chat by Blakey T himself. So that was the end of stage 2. So we are going into the final stage right now.
Yeah, Blakey T back in 5th, so that's why we've seen the strategies that we did, where some of the drivers pit and some of them stayed out. If caution comes out like that panned out really good for. Looks like Old Guy is your race leader, who wasn't even one of the top 5 guys. Forensic in 2nd. You got Colleague Fan 3rd. Austin and Blakey T taking Colleague 3 wide on the outside. Great action here at the beginning of stage 3 as Forensic takes the lead with Awesome, Old Guy, Blakey T, Colleague Fan. I'm not sure who that custom car is on the inside. The Bad Guy's in here. Old Guy getting shoved to the outside, losing multiple positions. Still 3 wide from 4th on back. This racing is absolutely phenomenal, and they're keeping it pretty clean. No wreck here early in stage 3.
That'd be the guy in the custom car, Taddy. That'd be the 17 of Brinkerhoff. Worked his way up into the 6th spot, 5th spot, 6th spot, riding around with Brinkerhoff right now.
Yeah, he was all the way up to 4th on that restart. And then we've seen 3, 4, and I think 5 and 6 wide abreast here at Phoenix. It's great racing. Up front, we have, the guys that were contending earlier as far as Forensic, Awesome, and Blakey T. The one driver I'm not seeing in the top 5 right now is that Monster Racing, as he's trying to get to the inside of Colleague to get to the top 5. But somebody I am seeing up here, it's crunch time. Racers know when to go. Stage 1, Stage 2, you want to take your time, feel up. We're seeing that number 10 of Bad Guy running in 4th right there behind Blakey T and that number 19 Menards Toyota. And I expect that this is now time that 10 of Bad Guy is going to start trying to make his moves with these top contenders.
He's made his way up there, man. If this thing goes all the way green, which I don't think it will, but if it does, this is a 53-lap stage. These guys are going to have to go at least 27 laps to be able to make it on that one stop.
Yeah, and I believe you only get like a short 30s on your fuel run here for the Xfinity Series. So that's almost a full fuel run they're going to have to go to try to make it. And so, again, we talked about it earlier, but if you get really, really racy at the beginning of these stages, you're going to burn up. If it's tight set up your right front, if it's loose, that right rear. And you're not going to be able to make that many laps out on track as long as the other guys will. And if it was to stay green, I really think that the key strategy here would be to push your car as long as you possibly can under green conditions. Come down to pit road and have the least amount of laps at the end of the run. But to each their own, that would be my mindset. And these guys up front, they're not pushing the issue too hard. They're just putting in fast laps. As Monster Racing has now worked his way back into the top 5. He's got my colleague fan back there in the 5th position, started pulling away, and it's actually railing in Bad Guy and Blake ET. So I still think that 22 has the best car on the track tonight.
He does. He definitely has the best race car. It's going to be interesting here to see. You know, this is not an easy place to make passes out, especially when you're racing other fast cars. Once he catches Bad Guy and Blakey, it'd be interesting to see how long it takes him to get around those guys.
Yeah, Bad Guy's actually starting to fall off on the back end of that 19 Menards Toyota of Blake ET. But to go with your point, Chase, this is actually one of the, I mean, to me personally, this is one of the absolute hardest tracks to pass. Most tracks you want to set a guy up on exit so that you can make a move on the entrance of the next corner. This is not a track you really want to do that. You don't want to be side by side entering a corner, as it can really mess up hitting your marks to make it through. So you actually want to set them up on the entrance of the corner where you back off, and so you can get back on the gas and actually make the move on the exit and try to successfully pass the driver in front of you before you ever get to the next corner. So it is a really unique and difficult track to pass, to go with what you were saying, Chase.
No, you're exactly right, man. This track is ridiculous. It's a Monster. He's going to push the issue here. Monster, he is not going to save the tire at all. He's going full blast. He don't care. Monster does not have no chill. This man, he is a monster, son. He's here, baby. That's what he does.
Well, I'm looking up front here, guys. Looks like we got Awesome. He's challenging the 4 car. He's working him pretty hard here underneath. He's making his move. Oh, they bumped.
Oh, the 4, he's got. Oh, the 36 might get him out of the corner right here. Oh, the 4, he accelerates out a little bit better. These guys are driving the well out of those cars. They're gonna make more contact. Look at the 4 ain't being nice.
Oh, the 4 says, I'm not quite ready yet to give up this lead.
Watch this, man.
Yeah, the harder these two race, the easier it's going to be to let Blake ET, Bad Guy, and Monster Racing catch up to them here shortly, as long as those two stay battling. This is going to become a 5-car battle for the race lead.
Blake ET's under him now.
Get underneath him, yeah, good move.
Monster hits Bad Guy. Look at him. Look at Bad Guy pinch Monster. They're freaking beating back there, son. Monster finally clears him. 36 trying to find a way to get under the 4 car, just can't do it. I think the 36 and the 19 are both faster than the 4, but it's just good enough on exit they can't get underneath them and get there.
I like what the 4 is doing. He's not changing his line. He's running the same line lap after lap. He's making the 36 use his equipment and find a way around him. He's not just giving up the spot. The 36 got under him a couple times, and a lot of drivers are going to be like, okay, I'll give you a little extra room. The 4 is not doing that. You pick your nose down there. You better have enough room, because I'm not going to change where my line is. We're either going to make contact or you're going to fall back off. And I really like that, because it's causing the 36 to use his equipment, and that right front tire, I can guarantee, is burning hot right now on that black and orange Chevrolet.
You can see it. I mean, he is driving the crap out of that car, sliding it up on the mid corner, and the 4, he's just driving like a cut veteran. This looks like how one of our cut veterans would come down here and drive the car. Not using his stuff up. I mean, he's in the lead and maintaining his car. He is running a perfect race right now.
Yeah, my actual concern is, we keep talking about burning your stuff up. How hard is he pushing the car, though, right? So I don't know a lot about forensics to say that he's just driving. As we have people already on pit road, as an old guy down there in the 51, he's on pit road. But forensic, again, I don't know a lot about him. I don't know how he does in these heated situations. Right now, he's doing great with holding his own, but how hard is he pushing the car to do so? Is he giving it everything he's got while the other 2 might be just riding behind him, or what? As 36 now below him, and gets around him entering turn 1 with that perfect move, like
right
I said,
there with him, though. There go. Oh, what happened before? Something you get loose coming off.
He almost lost the car right there.
I think pit stops are coming up quick for the 4. I think he's going to let these guys go. He's going to probably fall behind the 10 as well, if not pit this next time by. I think he doesn't want somebody behind him when he comes to pit road. That could be the only thing I'm imagining with how much he's slowing down here. He's not nearly as fast as what he was, and just let those guys go.
I don't see him coming in.
Nope, they're
he
going
must have
another
burnt
round.
the tire off, man. I bet he's thinking strategy here, and he's going to try to save these tires a little bit instead of pacing these guys. Now he gets to follow these guys. You know, he just has to run hard enough to keep up. He doesn't have to. He's not the lead car worrying about, oh man, getting run over, getting some damage or something.
Yeah, I know, right? So, personally, when I race, if I'm in the lead of a big pack like this, and I know I'm getting, the reason I say pitting, right, is that's my mentality. It may still be 6 or 7 laps away, but if we're all running the same pace, I can then, right, so I'm burning my right front by driving in hard and hitting the brakes. Now you fall to the rear, you're lifting earlier, so you don't get in the back of people, which is going to cause you to burn that right rear more than the right front. So, I don't want to get car ramrodded when I go to pit road, but I also want to change the wear on my tires to get those extra couple laps before I have to pit. So I might do what the 4 did and fall to the back and then, wait 5, 6, even 10 laps and then come to pit road. 4 popped the tire. That's exactly what happened. His right front tire has blown on that 4 Chevy Camaro, and he's hard into the outside wall.
He's got
Unfortunate.
damage.
Unfortunate.
That tire's not popped. He's still running up to speed.
He's been getting really loose in that corner. That turn has been getting him every time. So when we seen him lose all that speed earlier, that was him getting loose. It wasn't him backing off. Let's see if it happens this time. Oh, he's gonna come pit right here. It's a good call.
You got it with all that damage. It looks like Cody 1994. I'm not seeing any movement out of that 9 Chevy on pit road. Looks like his night is going to come to an unfortunate end early.
Yeah, that's correct. He hasn't moved off of pit road since we seen him go down pit road there in stage 2. So it did end the night for Cody, unfortunately.
Battle for the lead. His monster is not settling. He's trying to get there right now.
Yes,
Blakey's here. Well, these guys are battling.
Yep, these guys are driving hard. I'm riding along with Blakey T right now.
Wide for
They're going. 36 in the wall. Monster is your leader now.
I guarantee you that gave the 36 some damage. It's going to make that car a little bit different here. He might want to hit pit road within the next couple laps.
And I've seen that a lot tonight, actually, where the 36 gets into the wall pretty hard on these exit of the corners or through the dog leg. I don't know if he's trying to set himself up at a higher arch than the rest of the guys, but either way, the 36 keeps catching that outside wall, and it's cost him a lot of time here throughout the whole entire race. I mean, right now he's still right there in competitiveness, but it has cost him a lot of time here throughout the race.
You're right, man. It has. I mean, I've seen him hit it about 3 or 4 times myself.
Backstretch, the 23 cars going around right in front of the leaders.
Oh, here we
got it
go.
down out of the way. Good job. Trying to get that thing turned around.
So I'm riding around with Bad Guy in 4th place right now, and he looks like he is gaining on those top 3.
Yeah, I talked about it earlier. I talked about it earlier when the 36 was racing the 4 real hard as the 36 gets back into the wall there on the exit of turns. I think that was 1 and 2. But whenever you start racing, you're going to draw in the cars behind you that are not racing because they get to hit their line over and over. You're going to lose 3 to 4 tenths when you're side by side with someone here. And we just seen 3 wide action between the 22, the 19, and the 36. And all that was doing is allowing this 10 to get back in contention. And with pit stops looming, all it takes for that 10 right now is a perfect on and off sequence to pit road. And he might come out the leader instead of one of these 3 that we're watching right now.
Now, if these guys can push this thing far enough in, there's somebody else on pit road. Would you consider taking 2 tires, Taddy?
Absolutely not. No way. Not at a track like this that the car already gets really, really breaking loose. We've seen it with the 4 where he started getting loose, unable to handle the car. Phoenix is notorious for that. Your car's going to start tight, and then after you get down to about 40% or so on your right side, your car starts breaking out loose on the exit of every corner. And if you take 2 tires, you're going to, right out the gate, as soon as you get on track, you're already going to be pretty loose, unless you were to do, like you have to crank the wedge up like a pound. Two full rounds. I just don't think it's gonna pan out in the long run. It might give you 5-6 seconds on the track, but I think you're gonna lose it too quickly for it to play benefits.
Last season, the All-Out Series finished the season at Phoenix, and our champion was amused by battle. He wasn't a contender in that race all race long, and he won the championship in the race by taking 2 tires in the final stop that made it work. First time
Yeah.
I've ever seen it work.
So the way that it really has to pan out is, I talked about these guys having to push the car as long as they absolutely can, right? And so if you're the 10 of bad guy who hasn't really pushed the issue all race long, he's kind of just riding, he's back there, he probably has better tire wear than these guys that have been racing for the lead the whole time, And so if he can go 6-7 laps more than the other three, and then he comes down to pit road and say there's only 10, 12 laps left. I talked about giving you a 5-6 second advantage being able to take 2 tires. If you get a 6-second advantage, there's only 12 laps left. You can do the 2 tires as long as you're not falling off a half a second or more per lap. And then it pans out. The problem is if you only come out
Monster
with a 2-second
hitting
lead, your
pit
car's
road.
going to be so loose it wouldn't work. Yep, Monster, your race leader on
Sorry
pit road.
about the interruption, Taddy, but yeah,
No.
I noticed Monster was going down pit road, so
I like it, and I think that's going to force the hand of the 19 and the 36. They got to come to pit road soon because when you have 4 fresh tires, you're going to be on track going about a full second a lap faster than these guys. So every lap that Monsters come out on fresh tires, he's going to be a full second faster, gaining that much time by the time they come off pit road. He could also end up with a 5-6 second lead simply by pitting early, and the 36 on pit road now as I'm talking about it.
Blakey T is going to run longer than all these guys. It's a strategy he does a lot, actually, I've noticed. If he can push that thing, he pushes it. The problem is he's catching some traffic, man. I don't know how I would feel about catching that traffic out there and these other guys already on fresh tires. As we got Monster coming off, he's going to come off on clean track, too. I'll tell you what, the 4, he's not going to be able to hang with these guys because he pitted 10 laps ago, so he's on old tires. But if we get a yellow, he's going to be right back up with him on the restart because he's only about a second and a half, 2 seconds behind Monster at this cycle without even having to crash.
Yeah, but the 4 would have to, if caution were to come out, if I was the 4, you'd have to pit. You can't get grouped back up with everybody, and they all have fresh tires while you're on 10-lap old tires.
So the 36 is just exiting. He's coming out.
The Monster's going to have about a second and a half on the 36 as well out here. Maybe even 2. Nah, it's about a second and a half. So it's going to be interesting to see where Blakey falls at. We got more cars on pit road now.
Yeah, Ratliff is coming down pit road. Nick Jackson.
Blakey T is
Colleague.
actually coming off pit road right now.
These guys are all coming down pit.
Blakey getting back at
Drunk
speed.
Fest
Monster
is
goes around
pitting.
them. And now the race is on, boys. I'm going to go get a lap count for us. I would assume we're somewhere around 20 to 25 to go.
So I do assume that Monster is still our leader after pit cycles.
He is
If I'm
the
looking
race
at that right, yep. So we do have Blakey T would be riding around second place.
Yeah, I really think that the pit cycle there through the green flags is a really good job by all these drivers. That is the scariest part of these races once you get going, especially in an Xfinity series, which is not to say that these are bottom caliber drivers, but it's like an entry level, tier racing. You're racing with a bunch of guys you don't know. If somebody did pop a tire and cause a wreck and you've already pit, you could end up 2 laps down, whereas then the guy that's in the lead gets to pit, take his tires, and they're still a lap down after doing the wave around. So it's really scary. I like what the 19 did by waiting so long to come to pit road, especially being he's the new guy. He doesn't know how these guys drive. There's been 5 cautions. So maybe another one happens after his competitor's pit, and he ends up with the advantage. But at the same time, Monster pit so early, that extra second, 2 seconds he's got there, it's simply because he had the fresher tires for longer.
Coming to 19 to go. It's time by, boys.
So we do believe, the race is on then. If we all except if we go green or if we will have caution. I don't know what we're thinking on that. I mean, we've had a pretty good stretch here running green flag here so far. We had a pretty nice run here.
Yeah, these guys figured each other out, and they've done really well in stage 3. Not even a single yellow, I don't think, in this stage.
Yeah, right out the gate they had those two cautions right
Oh
after
yeah,
the stage break, and then they had another caution. But I really think one of the big deciding factors in most races this tends to happen. The longer the green flag run, the less likely of another caution coming out. You usually, a caution brings caution when there's within 10 laps. You usually have another one if there's going to be one. But after that, it spreads out for the most part, and until people start popping tires or something like that, it's hard to get a caution. As we're seeing up front, the 19 of Blakey T, his fresh tires on that 22 are paying dividends as he's now gaining ground, that the 22 is starting to lose some lap time. And I think 19 is going to be a race leader here within the next 4 or 5 laps. And it looks like on pit road we have Old Guy pitting a second time here in stage number 3. That is not going to pan out well for him while everybody else stays green the whole time.
yeah. That's not good for Old Guy. That's not the strategy he wants to be on here. It's going to be a couple laps down. Like you're working on Monster here. He's been really patient with him. Knows he's got the better tires. 36, he creeping in slowly. Oh, look at Monster backing up, and that 36 car is going to be there in a couple laps. Oh man, this is about to be a 3-dog fight.
Yeah, I'm riding around with the 36 Awesome, and yeah, he is picking up some serious ground on the first and second place guys.
Yeah, I think the guy that lost the most ground there in that pit cycle is the 10 and bad guy. I don't even see him. I mean, I see him on the screen, but he's so far back now. It looks like he stayed out a couple laps too many, and he just lost too much ground there. So unfortunate for the 10. I think that will, without a caution, that will eliminate him from tonight's race. So I believe one of these 3 drivers will be your race winner. Would it be Monster Racing in the 22 Ford? Will it be Blakey T in the 19 Menards Toyota? Or will it be Awesome in that number 36 black and orange Chevy Camaro? We have a car from each manufacturer all battling it out. They've never raced together as a group. Here they are at Phoenix International Speedway. 3 drivers, 15 laps. Who will get the checkered flag?
Oh man, this is going to get good, boys. It's about to heat up. I think we got 14 laps to go right there. This is about to get good.
Biggest question I have here is, since I'm riding around with the 36 Awesome, is like, how hard is he driving? Is he going to have something for these guys towards the end, or is he going to use up his equipment, or that's going to be the question. And how hard
are driving the wheels off that thing trying to pass Monster? Monster's driving the wheels off that thing trying to hold him off. Awesome's just been running his line, man, catching him. So he probably has fresher tires at this point, maybe.
Well, but here's the thing.
Oh, he just hit the wall, though.
Again, he gets into the wall. But here's the thing. The 19 pit last of all 3 of these cars. So not only is he in second putting all the pressure on Monster, but he can afford to because he had the freshest tires throughout this process. So he, by pitting later, has the benefit of being able to push that car that much harder, as he's probably got about 10% extra wear on his tires than these other 2.
You're exactly right. Boy, that 36, he's starting to put the pressure on Blakey now. Blakey's going to have to drive that thing, man, to hold off the 36.
Yeah, I don't think that the 19's necessarily driving his car real hard. I think he's trying to make moves, but the 22's tires have now fallen off so bad. The 19 has been unable to make a successful move, and because the 22 slowed down so much, that's what's gotten the 36 back into this race. As, again, Chase, you talked about it earlier, but this track is almost impossible to pass at if you're running about equal lap times.
At what point does Blakey have to use the bumper right here and say, Monster, you got to get out of the way, baby? Because it's going to come, boys. It's going to come.
I mean, in my personal opinion, 5 laps ago should have been that point.
Oh, look like he's being really paid. These guys have raced together.
Oh, bad guy hard into the wall.
Oh, did he blow a tire?
It looks like he hit that wall hard.
I don't know.
We got a car around in the backstretch. Will this be
That's
yellow?
Crazy Vader. The 16 of college fans involved. Here comes the... Oh, man.
We're going to get yellow, guys.
That was a bad move by Crazy Vader. He wrecked and then waited till cars were coming, and he tried dropping down across the track. Luckily, nobody caught him, but I didn't like that move there by Crazy Vader.
Oh, we didn't get a yellow. Stays green. Oh, my goodness. That killed Collins' race.
Yeah, and back guy didn't pop a tire. He's up to speed. He must have just got loose and overcorrected on the exit of a corner. But the battle for the race lead still happening. Blake E.T. still putting all sorts of pressure on the back end of that 22. And Awesome, man, if he'd stop making the wall every time he went to make a move, I'm telling you that 36 would be the race leader.
Oh, man, these guys are racing. I'm going to get us one more lap count, boys.
I'm going to have to assume we're at about 9 to 10 laps to go here. The 22, you know he's got the oldest tires. He pit first of all these guys. He was probably hoping that would stay up a little bit longer, but he's holding his own up there really well. The 19 and the 36, their tires have got to be starting to get lower themselves. So all three of these drivers getting late into the race, less than 10 laps to go, and they're going to be dealing with ill-handling race cars. Who you got as your victor here, Butters?
I'm looking at, like I said, with Monster having the oldest tires and seeing if he can save this to hold these guys off. But I mean, I'm looking at this 19
to go, boys.
This 19 car. I don't know. I think he's going to have something for Monster here by the end.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Chase.
Go ahead, Pat. I think Blakey laid back a little bit here. And he's going to make that run about. He doesn't want to make it too early because then Austin's going to be able to make his run on them both.
Oh, they're coming up on lap traffic. We're gonna have to see how.
That's Bader. Oh my goodness.
Crazy Bader. It looks like he's letting them go. Yep, he let them go. Great job by Crazy.
I'm going to go the other way. I think that the 22 car is not going to be a race winner, right? So we seen Blake E.T. earlier on all the other runs today. He had the short run speed. He would just blow out. He would pull ahead of everyone on the short run. The 36, same way, had really good short run. But as the runs were progressing, we seen the 22 start pulling away from the rest of the field, catching the 19, the 36, the 4. I think Monster Racing doesn't have the best short run car, so if caution were to come out, he'd be in trouble. But I think he's truly just pulling away from these guys with the best long run car in the field.
He really might be, man. It might be. The 36 knows that. He's now pressuring. As we got 5 laps to go now, he's now pressuring Blake and trying everything he can do to get around him, man. We can go make a run at this thing.
Yeah, because I don't. Yeah, I think it's too late in the run for the 19 to be setting back this far to try and get up there and get a win over Monster. He's got to be, at this point in time, it's go time. They're coming to 4 laps to go this time, and we've seen how hard it is to pass. It could take 2-3 laps to make that pass, and there's only going to be 4 laps to go as they cross the line here. So it's go time. The 36 knows that. He goes to the outside of the 19. That's a power move if I've seen one. The 36 has a better car than the 19. He's making the move, but is he going to have enough time if he clears that 19 to be able to go and reel in the 22? I'm not so sure. I believe this is Monster's race to lose.
Let's see if the 36 can get there right here. Coming to 3 laps to go right here. Monster Racing can taste it.
I believe he's going to have something for him. I think he's really better in 3 and 4 than Monster. Oh, there's a wreck up front. Oh, how did Monster miss that?
Oh my goodness. That was Forensic that was around right there. Probably blown the
Correct.
tire from where he had to pit so early. Oh, Monster's begging for a caution not to fly right here as we're coming to 2 laps to go. Oh, that 36 is coming, man. Look at how much he's reeled him in.
The 36 is definitely stronger in turns 3 and 4.
2 laps of racing to go.
And there's lap traffic ahead of Monster again. I don't know if it's going to play a factor, but...
Oh, these guys are going to catch him.
Oh, what's Ford doing?
He can't get to pit road, man. He's got flat tires.
We're at the point now,
right there.
going into turns 3 and 4, they're going to see the white flag this time by. The 36 is not going to have 2 or 3 laps to try to make a move on that 22. So if the 36 gets there, there is no question he's going to have to use the bumper. He will not have enough time.
Oh, he got loose. He blew a tire.
That was the race.
That was the race. That was the race.
22 is your race winner. Monster Racing,
Monster.
Awesome, and Blakey 2 are your top 3.
Oh, man, if there was another one, that was about to get crazy.
Thanks for that inaccurate lap count, GTR Beatty.
Hey, I was going off what they said, man. They gave me a lap too short.
I was all wound up, went and got myself some water so I could hydrate for that last lap of action, and it was over by the time I got back. So how do you guys do it here? Do you do the top 3 just a race winner? Do you do any interviews?
Yeah, we'll be inviting the top 3, and so I don't know if Chase, if you can add these guys to the party.
Yeah, man, here, Monster Boy, he was hyped last week over that 3rd place finish. He's really going to be going crazy right now.
Chase, if you want to just look for Awesome, I'll get the other 2 in if you want.
Okay, no problem, buddy. Yeah, you get them in here, I'll get Awesome.
Yeah, so once again, we got number 22 of Monster is our race winner tonight at Phoenix, and shortly we'll be getting these guys, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place guys in here for a quick interview. But yeah, like I said, really was a great race to watch. These Xfinity guys, they put on a show. I mean, there is not much difference in level competition between these Xfinity guys and these Cup guys.
We got Awesome in here. This is our second place finisher. Man, Awesome, I think if you had one more lap, you would have been able to make a run at Monster right there.
Uh, hey, real quick, you got your voice set to always loud, bud? You have your voice set to always loud. I want to make sure that the viewers at home can hear you as well.
Okay.
All right, how you guys doing it? You interviewing them, Chase, or what do you normally do up here?
Butters did it last week. It doesn't matter.
So we got so Awesome was our third place or second place winner.
It was
Second.
Awesome got
P2
second.
man.
Awesome got second.
Second place, really awesome. I just want to congratulate you on your run. You had a good. It was a good, tough battle there up front. You guys were up front all night. How do you think your race went? Was it to what you expected? Right, right. So yeah, like I said, you were man. You had the car to beat, I believe, at the end there. You ran down them first and second place guys when you were running third, and thought for sure you were going to be one of the guys. We were short one lap on our lap count, so we were excited. We thought there was going to be a good run here at the end. But like I said, congratulations for your first place, second place finish, and I want to thank you for joining the league. We're glad to have you.
Hey, real quick, awesome. So this is Aqua Tatty, right? So I got to ask you. You seem to have one of the really. You and Blakey T seem to have the two fastest cars on the short run for sure. But every time it seemed like you were getting ready to make a move and possibly end up as the race leader, entering turns 1 and 2, you seemed to catch that outside wall. Were you trying to get to the outside of the guys, and that's what cost you, or was it like the draft, the car too tight and the draft was sucking you up into the wall? But we seen up here, it seemed to cost you a lot of time. Was that just bad entrance to the racetrack, or was it the just a mistake on driver part? All right, man. Well, for my first time ever seeing you race, I want to say congratulations, of course, for second place. Butters already said it, but yeah, great run out there in that number 36 Chevy.
So, so we're gonna go to.
Yeah, we'll get you the
Yep.
link, buddy.
Yep, well, I'll get you the link to. Yeah, there is a Cobra Kai race chat or broadcast channel on YouTube. So
Yeah, we'll get you that YouTube link sent to you, bud, so that you can watch it back later. Hey, we gotta hold on, bud. I'll get to you. Message me later on. We gotta get to the other top 3 finishers.
all right, all right. So now we're joined by the third place car, Blakey T.
Well, hello.
Hey, Blakey. Congratulations tonight on your top 3 finish. You had that 19 Toyota rip roaring there on the front, towards the front, I should say. It looked like you had a good, strong short run car. Were you kind of maybe hoping for a caution at the end, or what do you think? How do you think your race went?
Oh, well, I think it just came down to the wrong setup. I'm still getting back into league racing. I deleted the game for a little bit, so this is actually first league race, probably in about a couple months. So I'm getting used to this game again. We had a good time. I was just taking my time, figuring league racing out again. Trying not to make any enemies. So I was just taking my time. Probably should have pressed the issue a little bit, but I was just trying to be patient and wait for my moment. And I thought my car would have the long run speed there on that last pit stop. It just didn't work out. So we'll just have to take it on the next week and learn from our mistake.
Right, right. So yeah, like I said, once again, Blakey T here is another first race newcomer here to the Cobra Kai Xfinity Series. So I mean, these guys keep coming in, and they're just, I mean, they're showing their talents, and they're strong, and it's really fun to watch you guys.
Yeah, I think it's good. I've seen a couple names in here that are familiar. Some are not. But some of these guys, I know that they're good. I know that they wouldn't do anything too harsh or, um, crazy. So I feel like they would hold their lines pretty good. So I felt confident, but halfway through the race, I didn't even know damage was on. So
All right.
I had to change my strategy. Which I mean, it's not like I'm going to go and wreck somebody, but I had to change my strategy up a little bit. I didn't want to get near nobody. So, but yeah, no, we just we made the wrong call, and hopefully we can make a better one next week.
You
Hey,
bet. You bet.
Next race.
Blakey, right? So it wasn't Iowa, and it wasn't a road course, and you still got a podium finish. So congratulations on that aspect of it. But real quick, right? So entering this race, a lot of the captains, which are the people that can sign you after your 4-race deal, they were talking like you were an odds-on favorite to win. You didn't do so. You didn't win. First off, I don't know if that was a shocker to you, and second off, you realize now your draft stock is like 23rd out of 18 drivers, right?
Well, I mean, coming into this, I mean, I just wanted to play it safe, and like I've said earlier, I didn't capitalize on it, but I mean, if you want consistency and a good finish, then, that's why you go with me. But,
right. So third place finisher tonight, trash can himself, Blakey T in that number 19 Toyota.
if it ain't Iowa or a road course, then, we just have to work on it, and, our good old crew chief, I believe, Burrito Bob, he's making a comeback this season.
Right.
So Teddy knows all about him. So.
I came up with your crew chief. I like it.
Yeah, Burrito Bob, he's making a comeback. He's real excited. And we're going to have a talk and a sit down and figure out our setup for next week. Because we're going to try to win. So.
Cool. So, well, with that, I just wanted to congratulate you again, Blakey, and thank you for joining the Cobra Kai Race League, and hopefully, which I think you're going to have bright future here soon coming up. You're a talented driver, and I'm seeing good things to come from you. So, once again, congratulations on your third place finish tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it, fellas.
Well, moving on, we got Monster in here.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Monster. Congratulations on your win tonight. We just want to. You had a strong car pretty much all night. What do you think? How it went on how'd your race go tonight? Did it go as you planned as far as strategy? Any bumps in the road, ups and downs, or did it go pretty much go the way you planned it?
Yeah, I was confident going in. I don't know what it is about this track. I used to hate it, and now I win on it. I don't know why. And I don't know, I got this 22 and this money line paint job. I seem to always do good when these things line up. I don't know what it is.
That's good. That's good.
When I saw Blakey show up, I knew I was going to be battling him.
Right,
this is my
right.
Iowa.
Got it. Chase, you got any questions for Monster? I know you've been kind of quiet in the hole.
You know what happens when an Xfinity guy wins? They get to choose a Cup race, and the next 3 races to run. You can run tonight at Phoenix again in the Cup Series. You can run next week at Atlanta. You can run the week after. Be at. I'll have to check that. That's a road course race.
I believe it's a road course coming.
It is a road course, but I'm not sure which one. So you actually get your choice on one of the next 3 to run.
Okay.
So. You just let us know. You can just let us know if you want to run again tonight.
Yeah, if you choose to run tonight, you let us know now.
It's about to start
It
now.
starts at 15 minutes.
Okay. So it looks like we got Monster, our Xfinity race winner, will be running as a special spot in the Cup race here coming up in a few minutes. So.
He's going to run it tonight.
What number I need?
I think Chase. Me or Chase will hook you up. Me and Chase can hook you up and message you. Taddy, you got anything for Monster?
Yeah, Monster, right? So uh, we talked a lot about you actually during that race. You're a top five style driver in any series in any league that you run in, right? And so, first off, not being drafted, I don't know what those captains were thinking, myself included. That's crazy to not see you on the Cup list, right? But do you feel like you have something to prove in the Xfinity series? And second part to that question, entering tonight as points leader, do you feel that you're proving that early in the season as being points leader and then getting a victory in the second race? Do you feel confident and, again, like you're proving what you needed to so far?
Yeah, I think so. Things are going pretty smooth here. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't get drafted. I didn't even know there was a draft. So that's probably why I didn't get drafted. And so, and like
It
the
all makes
race
sense
tonight, I
now.
didn't know there was damage either. Blakey said there was damage, and I didn't know that until he just said it right here in the interview.
That
I was
just
just
proves.
racing here.
There you go. You just proves that you raced a perfect race. You know, a real good race. You didn't even notice the damage was on.
He got too much going on. I didn't know there was a draft.
Right. So, well, like I said, once again, Monster will be joining the Cup race here in a few minutes as the special spot. So, like I said, once again, congratulations, Monster, on your victory. And like I said, we'll hook you up with here the number and stuff here coming up. So,
Appreciate it.
all right, man. You have a good night. So, with that, guys, as we can wrap this broadcast up with and Chase and any final thoughts, guys, on how the race went tonight?
I thought it was a solid race. You know, there was a few cautions early, but once the guys learned how to, I mean, there was actually a couple cautions at the start of each stage, but after that, everything calmed down and the guys got spaced out, and it was really solid race. And a lot of these guys impressed me with their runs. You know, it's not all about the top three. There's a lot of guys that have been here since the beginning of this series right here, and some of those guys had really great runs tonight. They just continue to improve. They're down here. They don't leave. They just continue to grind, and they're getting better and better and better every week. That's what I like to see. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I want to say, right, so this was the Xfinity Series. We're about to go to the Cup Series. And so anybody that's watching at home, if you're not a part of the Cup Series, right, that was some phenomenal action. There was 5 cautions. Yeah, that seems like a lot, but you got to remember this series is a series that these guys haven't run with each other. But 5 cautions, as many green flag laps as they ran, top 3, top 5 throughout the race, battling for the race lead at all times. I'm pretty excited to see what the Cup cars do because remember, these are the drivers that didn't get drafted. The top captains thought that these guys still needed a little bit of work to do to make it to the Cup Series. Now you're about to see the big dogs that the captains all thought were fast and clean get ready to go at the same track. And I think it's going to be phenomenal. And thanks for letting me in the booth here tonight with you guys, Butters and Beatty. I mean, it was an honor being in here with you guys for Cobra Guy.
No, for sure. It was a great honor just to have you, Taddy. Like I said, consider you like one of the best. You run a really good league on your league end, and like I said, it's always will be an honor. You're always going to be welcome in the booth. A lot of times, this whole race here, I just sat and I didn't say too much because I just like to listen to you talk, and it is what it is. But like I said, it was an honor for you to be in the booth with us tonight. So with that, we'll bring her to the end. So you guys, thanks for watching, and behalf for Chase and Taddy, this is Butters, and have you guys all a good night.
Yeah, it was fun, boys. But now it's time I go get my Venom race.